Welcome back to Bologna, Baloney, even though we're technically Italy at this point. With me, Daniel, for Dan Has Fun. So, we still have our "is the Spanish going to declare on us" mindset. But we can't keep thinking about it forever. They're going to attack, and when they do, we'll just deal with it when things come. We need to work out what we're going to do ourselves. And just before this episode started recording, I did have a quick look at the map just to see how we are with the rest of the world. So, this is the coalition map mode. Anything in yellow or darker, so like an orange or red. They hate us. They're going to get into a coalition with us almost certainly as soon as they can. So Spain will do that any moment now. Other nations in this fairly strong green, so France, for example, they're pretty close to getting the threshold, but they're not there yet. But we have a lot of manpower. We're not at our manpower cap, but we're about 72% of the way there. So just sitting with the manpower doesn't really do much for me. So we probably should attack somebody. And in my mind, there are two main options. So we could go after the Provence-France combination. If we did declare directly on France, we could get Bohemia in. We'd have to bribe Great Britain to come in at the moment, but they would come in. They're at war again, and like I mentioned before, they're still at war with natives in North America. Not that they're going to be all that useful, in all honesty, in an inland Central European war. The other option on the table is Switzerland. Now, you would think, because Switzerland is in the Holy Roman Empire, that Austria would protect them. But that will not happen because Austria and Switzerland are rival to each other. So Austria has more pleasure in seeing Switzerland get beaten up than defending the empire that they're meant to be the leaders of. Very strange, but that's how the AI is thinking right now. So if we attack Switzerland, we're only dragging in some really rubbish small nations within Central Europe. And we could just invite Sweden and Bohemia in just to save some of our own manpower, or we could just go and crush everybody ourselves. Honestly, we'll probably encourage Switzerland and Bohemia in with the hope that Bohemia might be charitable enough to help deal with Austria's rebels and Sweden's rebels. That would be nice for them at the very least. So I'm leaning towards that. We just have to be careful if we take any land, because if we end up with France and Spain in a coalition together against us, we could be in for some bad times, because if Spain declares the coalition war on me, they'll drag Austria in. I don't really care if they drag Portugal in. They have about 50,000 troops, but they're not that dangerous. And Toulouse is pretty much irrelevant. But I don't really want to have a war with both sides attacking me at the same time. Having said that, and I've mentioned it before, if Spain declares on us, then Poland and Bohemia will defend us, so they'll probably keep Austria pretty busy. Austria right now is busy absorbing Hungary. It will finish doing that in about 5 years' time. So what we're going to do, we are going to declare war on Switzerland. We're going to bring in Bohemia and Sweden. We don't need to bribe the three leagues to come in. That's fine. We might end up giving them land anyway, as it happens. We could promise them a province if I really wanted to. What state are they in? So they are in the very unimaginatively called Switzerland state. We could give them a province. We could give them St. Gallen, for example, but it is a 20 development province, so I don't think we're going to. Okay, well that made my mind up for me. So we're just going to bring in Sweden and Bohemia. We have a claim on Chum, so we don't have to wait to get a claim. And we're going to drag in Strasbourg, Salzburg, Montferrat, Lubeck, and Constance, none of which give me any concern really whatsoever. We just have to wait until February the 9th. So let's get our troops where they can be helpful. We do have some unrest around, so we're going to have a stack stay down here. I think 18,000 will be adequate. Our 30,000 stack is going to come up here. We'll leave our 34k stack there, we just won't have them drill. And yeah, I think that's actually okay where they are. I am alright with that. We want to upgrade our ships before we send them out again. I guess we should. So let's get that happening. We have the money for it. And our 29 stack of... our 31 stack of trade ships will be fine as they are. Okay. Let's fast forward to the 9th. Hopefully that summary at the start was helpful. It's been about a month and change since I last recorded an EU4 video, so definitely helped me, so hopefully it helped you as well. State patronage. That is a lot of money. I'm good. I guess what we should do as well, while we're not at war, and I'm very guilty of it, let's check our estates and seize some land off them. We have nearly 85% of the land in the country owned by us. That's going to be helpful for later. And we also have a couple of free diplomats, so before we go to war, let's have them do something. You can just go and be buddy-buddy with our allies. You need to stop drilling. What we will do, just so we don't end up in problems, going to have that stat move back just so we can declare war immediately, but they won't get curb stomped. Okay, that's fine with us. They have a really good general, a 465 with 2 siege points. Better than what we have. Neither of these leaders really are that close, but it's fine. We have the number advantage. We have the same tech level. I'm not worried about it. We're just going to see where they start. This is a 34k stack, so we'll have them sit in Mantova so they don't attrition. Oh, interesting. They are going to go and try and bop us. We have such a number advantage, I'm not even that worried. Where are they going to go, though? So Chum is a mountain, but I really don't want to attack into said mountain. Yeah, their numbers are so much worse than ours. Even with no morale, we won that battle. So let's go and siege them out, I guess. I'm hoping this half stack will get far enough away that we can attack these in 2 splits, preferably. Or we can do that and just move into Chum, because it's not got a fort on it. So if they attack me now on it, that's fine. We lost a general. Great start right at the start of the war. 2-2-4-1. Pretty mediocre. Let's see where we want to split. So Bohemia hasn't really gone anywhere. Wonder if you can hear that in the background. Cat's got a hairball. Great timing. Thanks, kitty. We appreciate it. Oh, dear, dear. The joy of recording with animals. Or in tandem with animals, I guess, would be more accurate. Austria, will you open borders, or do you hate us too much? Nope, you will. Alright. That will also mean that Bohemia can get open borders. So they can actually do something, which would be great. And once we get this siege, we're going to sit on Waldstadt and attempt to siege this out as quickly as we can. We do have 2 points of siege. But again, it's a mountain. Ooh. We'll take more expensive costs of units. We want to get this siege done ASAP. This is also a tier 3 only. So I'm going to move most of my stack out of Salzburg so we don't lose as many men due to attrition. 3 leagues has reform zealots. That's no good for them. We've just converted Perugia. Do we have any other provinces we have to... Nope. No, we have got full Protestant all the way. That is awesome to see. Monferrato is just a farm. So if we get attacked there, we do not get a penalty, which is awesome. This should be a pretty quick... Should be a pretty quick siege, relatively speaking. I always think that, yeah, with Salzburg being a mountain, this would be terrible, but Austria's not going to be able to declare on us, so we really don't mind if it takes a little bit longer. It's not that hard a location to defend, given the vast majority of nations aren't adjacent to it that are involved here. So I'm not worried. And clearly Switzerland doesn't know what to do either, because their armies have not moved. They've just continued to sit in place the entire way through so far. This is so passive, I'm tempted to put the speed up to 4, so let's do that. We're in 9th place, by the way, with 682 points. The score's kind of irrelevant, that's just a flex thing more than anything else, but it's still nice to know that we're doing pretty well. 78% roll on Montferrat. There we go. So that is done. 10,000 stack on Valais is also a mountain, so I'm not feeling that. And we can't get there all that easily either. So let's have them wander over. This province, we do have a permanent claim on. It would be nice to take this. If only to make the border gore slightly less gory. This is also taking way too long, so let me grab all the cannons. Which leader is that? 2241 leader. There you go. Put all those cannons in Salzburg. I should have had them there anyway. That's just what happens when you don't adequately micromanage. That will definitely speed this siege up. So it's going to go from minus 49% right now to minus 14. So yeah, a distinct improvement. Great Britain's finally out of war with one group of natives. I'm sure it'll just continue with all the rest. It's just what they do in this game. An exceptional year. 50% more tax. We'll certainly take that. The 3 leagues would join in now without having to have a bribe. We clearly don't need them to do that, but it's nice to know that we could if we needed to bring them in. Austria, nope, it's not at war with anybody. We lost our admiral. Oh wow, all of our leadership are dying. I guess it wasn't on one that really matters, though. I guess we'll put the admiral we do have on our trade fleet, so they're a little bit more efficient. None of our opponents here have a sea border, so our navy can do big old nothing to help us, so might as well have them at least trade more efficiently for more money. I think Gallon's a hill, but having said that, if we could get over there, I'd love to take them out, but we can't because of the weird way forts work. So because Valais has a fort, I can't go over there. But we still should be totally fine. Am I not allowed across here? That's rude. Yeah, the way the borders work are kind of odd. You would think, with the way that this border works with Lake Constance in the middle, that you'd be able to walk across here. But no, we're at war with Constance, so nope. And Bohemia is going to get a big bonus attacking Switzerland on that mountain. There's the -2. And because we took out the fort first, they get the penalty, and our ally does not. Not a stack wipe, though. I'm kind of surprised by. This is going to be a lot of attrition. So let's split these guys up a little bit if we can. I always want to click in the Alps. The Alps count as a wasteland, so you cannot click on it. We're just going to move half of our stack back, just so we're not hurting quite so bad on our manpower. Got some cores, we love to see that. Switzerland is still continuing to do practically nothing. Some truces have expired, don't care. That's alrighty. I didn't think Salzburg would quite take this long. I guess it's deceiving. When you're on a mountain, every tick that you see takes longer. So although it may not look at first glance like it's going to take too long, it's going to take longer than it looks. That's quite a big stack of Swiss troops, so I am going to reconsolidate my army. Yes, it's going to mean more attrition, but we would get the penalty here in the combat if it was to happen. So let's not run any risks. And we'll merge them back together as well. There we go. Lubeck wants to peace out. Oh, that was done already. We definitely don't want any land from Lubeck, so I'm perfectly fine with piecing them out. We could make them a vassal if we really, really wanted to, but we don't need to right now. There's nothing in here that's really interesting for us either, so we'll just do the standard. We want all your money and war reparations. We're only a one province minor, but this is quite a wealthy trade node, so that's probably going to be a reasonable amount of money. Right, so they're out. So who's going to be next? Montferrat we don't want to take peace out yet because we might take that province off them. We will see. Constance and Salzburg we are sieging now, and those two we can definitely peace out as soon as that happens. We're definitely not waiting on anything for that, because they are just a little bit too far out of the way. Be nice if we could siege anything anytime soon, though, wouldn't it? We'll get there eventually. Guess we can put the speed back to 4. We're not even moving around on the screen right now. Not even sure what Bohemia is trying to do. Be nice if we could find a way to Strasbourg. That's just Montferrat again. Nope, we do not want to do any type of peace offer with them right now. There's Constance. Before I piece them out, I'm just going to run a stack over to Strasbourg just to make sure that I can. France is back being a great power. Good for them. Okay. Let's piece out Constance. It's going to be the same deal. Although we're also going to force them to switch religion. Mostly just to interrupt the Holy Roman Empire a bit. And, you know, if we ever end up taking that province in the future, we don't have to convert it. So there's that too. Alright, finally, we have sieged out Valais. That's still quite a big stack, though, that the Swiss hold at Zurich, so I'm not going to split my stack. Salzburg has finally been sieged as well. I highly doubt we're going to need this stack, but let's have all of those troops move over to Milan so we can consolidate them somewhere that they won't get attritioned heavily. And let's get Salzburg pieced out too, because we do not want anything from them. They are already, for our sake, the correct religion. Thank you very much. We should now be down just to Strasbourg, Switzerland. Let's make sure I haven't missed it. Oh yeah, and Montferrat. Sorry, Montferrat, you've been sieged out for so long I forget you even exist. Oh dear. I'm not worried about Bohemia claiming any of these. So if they want to start sieging out pieces on my behalf, they can. Where are they moving yet? Not yet. I guess we might as well just attack them and get it out of the way. Turn the speed back down just for a moment. Yeah, Bohemia is going to join in. This will be an absolute curb stomp. We do get the -1 penalty because they're on a hill. But we have... Oh, our general just died. That's inconvenient. And it's the one that's in the battle too. Thank goodness Bohemia has a general. But yeah, we have better morale and better tactics. Not by a lot, but by enough. Yeah, this has not been a good war for our leadership, has it? And because we're in Switzerland, we can't even, you know, set up a general right now. We're still going to pursue Switzerland, though. Because, yeah, we can give them the old curb stomp, the full stack wipe. Well, not a bad general as a replacement, though. Giordano Pallavicini, 4543. Can't complain with that. They can now leave. This stack can be remerged, and let's move it down to Urbino. Just in case we have more unrest down here that one stack may struggle to fully deal with. Considering how much land we've taken, though, our unrest is not that bad. It helps when you have maximum stability. So at 96% now, Bohemia is just sieging Zurich, and it has no forts. That'll be nigh on instantaneous. And once that's done, we're just waiting on Strasbourg, which is at a 35% tick. So in the next couple of in-game months, we should be good. Let's get the speed back up to 4. This is actually going so well. Let's have a couple of our stacks do some drilling. I doubt they have any troops left. No, they have absolutely no troops whatsoever. Everything is gone. And because everything they have is either sieged or under siege, they have no way of generating any troops at the moment. So we are golden. It would be nice if we could get that tick anytime soon. Anytime now. We're at 57%. It's better than a coin toss. Let's get our Splendor pick. We can purchase an ability. We're running out of options. So we're down to 2 options. Mercenary Discipline bonus and Resistance to Reformation. This is actively bad for us. This is not relevant to us, so we'll just pick it. We can start a Golden Age whenever we want to. I suspect we will be doing that right at the end of this age, just to make sure that we do get it. So we do have an unconditional surrender from Strasbourg. I want to change their religion, so I'm going to piece them out separately. Thank you very much. You are also now Protestant. Enjoy. Let's get our stack back. And now we can see, we can piece out Switzerland. Now, if we were to take Montferrat, that's 18 aggressive expansion. The only new nation that would join a potential coalition is Augsburg, and nobody cares. That would be fine. Chum is our claim. If we do that, it does just about get France involved, along with Austria, actually, which is really dangerous. So we might not do that. The other main reason why we might not take anything off Switzerland right now is because if I take too much land off them, Austria's going to see themselves as sufficiently superior that they won't rival them anymore. And I would quite like Austria, if we can, to keep rivaling Switzerland, because it means we could attack Switzerland again in the future, and Austria wouldn't do anything about it. It's the same reason why I really don't want to pillage their capital either. That development for free would be awesome, but it might just kick them into that threshold. Let's not do that. I don't want to return a core to Milan. They don't really have a huge amount of other things going on. They're pretty boring. So we're just going to take Montferrat, complete that state. We are going to take a lot of money from Switzerland. We're going to get about actually it's over 2/3 of that 500 gold. More than 70%, that's a lot of money. So we're going to do that for sure. Not that we need money, but it's better that we have their money than they have their money, let's be real. And let's peace out. Done. So we have Montferrato, which is already right religion. Let's make it a core. It's only going to take 48 administrative power. And it now means that Piedmont is a full state, which I am a big, big fan of. Let's mothball these ships while we're at it too. Okay, so that's a bit cleaner. We've got a slightly nicer looking border. You want soldiers, Bohemia? Oh yeah, you could definitely have that. We still have 54,000 manpower, so we still have over half of our maximum cap, which is pretty wild. Before I forget, I want to just make sure that our troops come back having crossed Austrian land. Oh, are you kidding? You're going to put me there? Oh, that's rude. That's real rude. I was hoping I would get black flagged and just be allowed to walk across. There's no way on this earth I'm going to be able to get these troops back, is there? Son of a... Clearly Switzerland isn't going to let us through anymore. And that means I can't cancel my open borders until I can get these troops across, unless I just want to disband them all, which I don't want to do. We can get through Württemberg. Maybe Konstanz will let us through. Okay, they will. So just before we wrap up this episode, let's get our troops home. Otherwise, I'm going to totally forget. So we want to wait until the 15th of July. We're also going to see if anybody joins a coalition. So far, they haven't. Maybe we'll get lucky. You never know. Let's get to the 15th. Now we're black flagged. I'm sure there's a logical reason for why that happens. I just don't know what it is. I've played this game quite a lot, and there's still things about this game that I really don't fully understand the mechanics for. I'm sure somebody does. I'm just not one of them. Anyway. Oh, they got rid... Oh, that's why. Austria got rid of our access. So that's why we got black flagged. They also want us to return Monferrato, which we are going to definitely say no. And tell them to deal with it. Alright, we'll see next episode if anybody wants to join us on a coalition then. I appreciate you watching, and yeah, leave it a like or subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. See if we end up hurtling into a train wreck later on. You never know. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.